is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or what, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, the bonus to our apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, for teaching us His truth according to the Bible well. And not shalom, not a sincere argument throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing His truth through diligence and sincerity and in charity. And not shalom to all you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, not just hearers of the word, but doers as well. You men, women, and children, the hopeful elect, shalom. It's a quick hit. The end of Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man's rulership is coming to an end, and it's been prophesied. All right. The people who you see walking the earth today call themselves white. All right. Their biblical nationality is a Hebrew Edomite. They go back to a man named Esau, all right, who sold his birthright, all right, for a meal. Okay. And Jacob is the individual, his brother, who he sold his birthright to. And through process elimination, we're being called Black, Hispanic, Latino, Native American, Indian, according to the seed line of our fathers today. And the Lord's telling you here in the book of Ezra that Esau is the end of the world, the end of an age. How do we know that? By measuring the time, seeing what's going on. The Lord said, 2nd Ezra 9:1, He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So when you're measuring something, you want to get it precise, correct. And when thou seest part of the signs past, what I told you before, then shall thou understand that at the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people and the world, are we not seeing that? Are we not seeing that? Yes, we are. And why are people in an uproar? One got to ask that. If this man's such a godly man, why are people in such of an uproar? Let's go to Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29 and 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So are not the people in a state of mourning? Yes, they are. Uproars, people complaining, people losing it. And it's going to get to the point where the course of action is going to stand in their power, as it goes in the 2nd Ezra 15. All right. The course of action is going to stand in people's power. And it's all because the wicked is ruling, and his rulership is coming to an end. The water Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And we know that because we're standing. We are standing in great boldness. And there's nothing Esau can do about it, because we're all, this is the Lord's show. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face as have afflicted him, before the face of such as has afflicted him, and made no account of our labors, of his labors. Right? And this devil has not made any account. Right? We built this place. We sustained this place. We clean this place. All right. And they say that we're lazy. They say we're thieves. All right. All types of proverbs and bywords. But the Lord said that we would be that. Those are some of the curses. But verse 2, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strength of his salvation, so far beyond all they look for. Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh and his lots among the saints? Because we are the saints. Psalms 148, around the 14th verse. You see? Just wanted to touch that point. Let's get Psalm 75, because I want to focus on the end of this man's rulership. It's coming to an end. It's a Psalm 75 and 4. It says, I say unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn and on high, and speak not with a stiff neck. Is that not what this devil does? Yeah, he does. Look at DJ Trump when he goes to these different meetings with these other nations. As proud as an eagle. But we're living in the times where the Lord's bringing this man down low. All right, the nations are turning their back. They want nothing to do with Esau Edom. Even his own people. When the scriptures tell you in Mark the 3rd chapter, a nation divided against itself cannot stand. Psalm 75 and 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but Yahweh is the judge. All right, the word calls God, and that's his name in the Hebrew. He exists. Yahweh is the judge. He put up down one and set up another. Okay? And that's what we're seeing. No one's believing the lies anymore. No one's believing in, voting. A lot of people will see that look, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled. And the elect, according to Isaiah 10 and 20, are no longer going to stay upon him that smote them. But we're going to trust in the Holy One of Israel, roughly paraphrasing. Psalm 75 and 8. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and wine is red, it is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Okay? The cup of indignation that we had to face as Israelites, the curses are going to befall Esau Edom. Deuteronomy 30 backs that up. I believe that's Deuteronomy 30. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7, it says, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies. Now, who are the Israelites' enemies? Psalms 83. All right. You can start there at the top of the chapter and read through it. I think it's first 5 verses, I believe, 6, 7 verses, I believe. It says, Deuteronomy 30 and 7, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies. Now, these curses you can read about in Deuteronomy 28, as well as many other places throughout the scriptures, but mainly in Deuteronomy 28, verse 15 on down. Continuing on, it says, and I start at the top. It says, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, so that's what's coming. The Lord's going to put these curses upon our enemies. You're starting to see it now, man. All right. Edomites complaining. Their women turn their back on their men. All right. And it's only going to be a snowball downhill effect for these heathen, man. Starting with Esau, Edom. We're living at the end of his rulership. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. Just like it was nothing anyone could do when the Israelites went down. The so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Nada. Last precept. No, Isaiah. It's Isaiah 14. And 21 says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers, because you are your forefather coming back. There is a such thing as reincarnation, contrary to popular belief, contrary to you Christians think. It says, prepare slaughter, Isaiah 14:21, for the iniquity of, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son and nephew, saith the Lord. So the Lord's going to cut these devils off, that they do not rise, don't possess the land anymore, do anything but do nothing, because they have their time. You know, Malachi said that they will return and build a desolate place. Thus say the Lord, they shall build, but I will throw down. Yeah. So they've had their time. Their time is coming to an end. The clock for Esau, Edom, the Hebrew Edomites, man, woman, and child is running out. The next stop for you is captivity. In the same chapter. Isaiah 14:3. It says, and it shall come to pass in the day the Lord shall give... No. Let me read up. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob, the Israelite foreigners. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for servants and handmaids. That's the next stop for you Hebrew Edomite. Hebrew Edomites. You're going to be handmaids. You're going to be servants. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And we were captives, right? Whether it was in the sugar cane fields in Puerto Rico, or the tobacco fields here in North Carolina, right? We were captives, man. Hardcore captives. It says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall give them rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from thy hard bondage, wherein thou was made to serve. And this whole chapter is good, but just wanted to touch on that, man. Shalom.